Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Medicom Toy Mafex number 194, the Spider-Man No Way Home upgraded suit figure. Now this is not a new one, so I went back to get this one because, funny, silly sounding, I thought this was basically the same exact figure that we got before. Now, it's not. It's pretty similar. Here is the Far From Home upgraded suit version. So I thought, again, that it was basically the same exact figure. So I'm like, I don't need to get this one. So I didn't bother getting it. But there are some differences in the body, which I think are going to be key. Because if you've been with me, my channel, for a while, as this figure came out several years ago, I ripped this figure apart. Like I said, it was good, but it just looked weird. Like, it's stumpy. The proportions didn't look good. I hated that the torso midsection here is so much smaller than the upper torso, and then like the hip piece was just a lot bigger than the centerpiece. Just, it didn't really work out good. They fixed that on this figure. Like, it's so much better there on that one. A lot of people really disagreed with me on my thoughts on this figure. Like, a lot. They did not like what I had to say. But you know what? That's how I felt at the time. That I just didn't like it. It looks funny. Like, he's short, but he's wide. It's just stumpy. I didn't like it. They fixed some of that going on in here. Now, here is also the Far From Home original release. There is the box. As you can see, we likely have the same exact set of hands. You know, before you had to take out each single hand. Before, like, they do it nice where they put the hands on this little plastic piece so it keeps the pairs together, which I really like. But you can see this time around we get a lot more accessories. We get an unmasked head sculpt this time around of Tom Holland's Peter Parker, which is cool. We get 3 total heads, whereas we only got 1 before. And then we also have, like, where the removable mask, like, piece where he would basically hold it if you have, like, the Tom Holland Peter Parker head on there. Other than that, it's going to be the same. So we get a lot more added stuff. So if you missed out on this particular upgraded suit Mafex figure, this is definitely going to be the one to pick up. So shout out and thank you to Big Bad Toy Store. It is in stock currently right now. They got this one out to me so I can review for you guys. And again, I'm excited to talk about the differences because Mafex has really come a long way. I've been a big time fan of what they've been doing lately, especially with their comic figures, but their movie figures are pretty awesome too, especially Spider-Man figures though. They do them really well. Except this one. I mean, like, this one was still good. Like, objectively a good figure, right? It has really good articulation, all of that stuff. But I just didn't like what they had going on with the torso. It just really bothered me. So I think we're going to, again, some improvements on that one there. So I'm excited to talk about that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me get this whole box out of the way. That one was number 113. And this one's 194. So that's a long time coming to basically kind of rehash the same figure. But have no fear. The upgraded suit, yeah, it's from No Way Home. But, you know, a lot of No Way Home merchandise at the beginning was kind of the older rehashed stuff. So, yes, the integrated suit is coming. Yes, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Tobey Maguire is coming. Yes, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Andrew Garfield is coming. Not No Way Home, even though you already know what's No Way Home. It's still branded as Amazing Spider-Man 2 due to licensing reasons to include a Andrew Garfield unmasked head sculpt. But anyway, Spider-Man No Way Home, Mafex number 194 upgraded suit. We get a look at the side there, and then look at the back of the package. We get the accessories and all the good stuff and poses and things like that. But we want to get this figure out of the package, so let's get them all out. Figure and accessory. Hey, did you guys know that I'm super close to hitting 50,000 subscribers? I set the goal to reach that number by the end of the year. We have about 800 left to go, so we are almost there. So if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do action figure reviews all the time, so hopefully I've earned your subscription. So whether it's your first time here or you've been to the channel before, welcome, enjoy the video, subscribe now. Okay, so I'm starting off the video a little bit weird because I just wanted to kind of show you the magnet effect on here. So I just have like this boom like arm. Is that what it's called? Boom arm, right? Which holds the light. So I just have, you know, Spider-Man on there with the magnets for his feet. So the magnets hold pretty well as long as you can get the feet pretty flush. This left foot isn't really flush, so it's not holding on the strongest with that left foot. But I mean, even with one foot, I think it holds fairly well. As you can see, that's just with one of the magnets on the feet, because you get a magnet at the toe and then you get a magnet towards the heel. But the heel one doesn't hold as well. It seems like it's pushed in maybe a little too much in there. But one magnet is actually actually enough to hold the weight of the figure. Let's see if I can do it this way. So that's actually enough to hold the figure. So that is great. Now, the hands, I haven't done the hand, but let me go ahead and put one on there, because that probably will hold one also. Hold on. As long as you can balance it right, perhaps. Let's see. Now, I guess one will not hold. Oh yeah, one will hold, but it just depends on the angle. So you could do some fun stuff there. But I am having a lot of fun with this Mafex figure. Yes, if you have the Far From Home upgraded suit, it's going to be very, very similar. Yes, so this may not be one that you need to get, but this one does have, again, some more accessories in terms of like extra head sculpts. The Peter Parker, Tom Holland head sculpt. That is pretty good. And then some minor updates to the suit, like the white outline behind the spider logo on his chest there. But most importantly, we get a new mid-torso section. And that was kind of always the issue that I had with the previous one. So we got an update to that there. So let's go ahead and check out the fine details of the figure, and then we'll go through the comparison stuff. Okay, so here's an up-close look at Spider-Man. Again, we get three different masked head sculpts in total. So we have here this one's just kind of the standard lens look. We have one more with the squinted eye look, and then we got more with the wide eye surprise look there. And then, of course, we get the unmasked Peter Parker head sculpt. So there is the regular one. We're going to pop on the more squinted eye version. I think this is the same one. The Far From Home version came with this squinted eye version. Yeah. So the surprise wide-eyed lens, that's going to be kind of the newer one. So you have that one there, and that looks pretty good. Let's pop on the wide-eyed lens, because again, this one's kind of this shock surprise. So he's watching, the Daily Bugle, and J. Jonah Jameson just gives out his identity, right? It's like, oh, what the, right? So that's, you can kind of recreate that there. So that is a fun one there for sure, with the super wide eye there. And then we're going to go ahead and let's pop this regular head back on there. And let's go ahead and put on the unmasked Peter Parker, Tom Holland head sculpt. So we're going to grab, well, I guess you just pull out the neck without the head on there. Because the Peter Parker head sculpt comes with a separate neck piece, because you have to have the exposed neck, if he's taking off his head. There. And one thing that I don't know if I care about, the reds don't really match on there, so that's a little unfortunate. It's like some of these parts, like the shoulder pieces, kind of get a little bit of a wash, or the way they paint the lines on there is a little bit much, whereas kind of in the center on the torso we get a brighter red. It's not super noticeable, but you can see the difference. We get the Tom Holland head sculpt. Now, do I think that looks like Tom Holland? Yeah, I think it does. Is it better than what they've done before? Yeah, it is. Is it the greatest? It's not. No, it's not. But it's definitely better than I've seen them do before. Like the Homecoming figure, that thing was bad. Really bad. It was like yellow, the color was all off and everything like that. And then even though they re-released that figure in a 1.5 version, they still kind of like did the same mistake. I think they may have fixed the skin tone a little bit, but not a lot. This looks pretty good. The Mafex human faces always seem like, not human, human's probably not the right term. The actual actor likenesses, like live action, like real people, they don't always do the greatest. They do really good comic book stuff, but trying to recreate the likeness of an actual person, they've really struggled, and it's no exception here. But it does look pretty good with what we've seen before. And then when you have the unmasked head sculpt on there, he can hold a mask, so this is a nice touch. This is again a new accessory that we got this time around that we did not get before. In terms of accessories, we do get a cell phone. We had gotten this before, so you get a cell phone there. You get the magnet hands, of course. Those are like the wall crawling hands. The magnet feet. Whoop. Oh, I didn't swap out the feet. I still put the regular feet on there. Well, you do get magnet feet on there. You get these like open hands, and that's how you would grip the cell phone, and then this is how you would also grip like the mask. So if he wants to hold on to a mask, he would do that there as well. We get the wall crawling hands. We get the thwip hands. We get the peace sign hands, and then we also get the web swinging grip hands, as you can see there. So you can put the webs in there. We get two of these longer web pieces, so you can actually like slip that in the hand there. And again, we do get two of those, as you can see there. We also get two of the, well, actually one of these, because these are two different sizes. Well, no, we do get two of these. So we get two of these longer web pieces here. And what these do is, you see this ring right there, you would actually peg that through the wrist. So you would take off your hand, and you would do that. Obviously, you would want to switch like a thwip pan, but that's kind of how you would do the webs. You get two of them that are this length, as you can see there. And then you get two shorter ones there. And they're just done in this translucent plastic to represent the web. So that is pretty cool. So those are the accessories for Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and knock it out of the way on the articulation. Spoiler alert, Mafex figures move really, really well. Okay, so Spider-Man's articulation, he can look all the way up an insane amount. He can look all the way down, which is great. You get full rotation in that neck and the head, so you can do some really good pivot on that neck and everything like that. The arm you can get to go straight on out like so. You can do a full rotation in there. You have that butterfly-ish type joint in the shoulder, so you can get the arm to go up a little bit more. You can get it to go back a fair amount, and then you can get some good crossbody, as you can see there, which is outstanding. You got an upper bicep swivel in there, double-jointed elbow, like so. Wrists are on a ball peg, so you can actually swivel and hinge around any which way you need with that ball joint, so that is really good. You get a diaphragm cut and a ball joint waist. You could tilt to the left in total that much. You could tilt to the right in total that much there as well, which is great. You can go back a little bit, as you can see there, and then coming forward, you can come forward a little bit too. A lot of that is going to be what you could do in the hips too for added movement. You could see the drop down hips go really, really far. You can do the full on splits there. You can kick forward very far as well. You can go back a little bit too. You get a little bit of twist in that thigh, not a huge amount, but you can get some turn in there. Double jointed knee like so, wrist, ankles swivel, and you have a hinge, so you can hinge the foot down so much. The back of the foot's going to hit the back of the leg though, just a heads up on that. Then hinge up a little bit, ankle pivot, and toe articulation. So really good articulation on Spider-Man, but more importantly, let's see a comparison between these two figures, because even I looked for some comparison videos between these two and I couldn't find a whole lot. So that's why another thing why it took me so long to realize there was a difference between this figure and the previously released version from Far From Home. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Here's a fun little pose like, oh, Spider-Man swinging on a web. Whoa. You can have some fun with it, but it's cool that you get the web accessory and the hand to grip on there. You can just swing by. So there we go. Fun to be had. Toys. Okay, so looking at the two of them side by side, you could clearly see a big difference between the two figures. The one on the left, this is the new one for No Way Home. The one on the right is the Far From Home version. So when I said I didn't like this figure as much as I was really hoping, because it was a little short and stubby, and everyone was like, that's Tom Holland's body type. That's how he is. Go look at the trailers. Go look at the movie. Like, that's how he looks. So it's accurate to the movie, all this and that. And I'm like, guys, okay, but if the figure doesn't look as good as you would want it to be, right? There was something about it. It just seemed off. Like, the sizing of it was weird. And then again, the center torso piece is significantly smaller than the hip piece, significantly smaller than the upper torso piece. Look at this one here. It's almost flush. It obviously can't be, but look how much better gap-wise it is in this torso versus what we got on the previous torso. I mean, it's so much better, right? Like, you can see that, right? It's just so much better. And then the torso is a little bit longer. I feel like it's just not as stubby. So it's so much better in my opinion. Now, I'm looking, and it looks like the hip piece might be new, because the hip piece does look a little bit bigger. That torso piece is definitely new. But the upper torso piece might be the same. Like, I don't see any actual difference in the upper torso piece. It's just going to be that center piece, and then this hip piece that's going to be different. Now, another key difference between the two figures is we get a little bit more of a matte finish on the black versus kind of a shinier finish on the previous Far From Home version. So that's just going to be kind of, in the paint work or the plastic work of the figure. We also get a brighter red. This one looks to be a little bit more of a dull red, whereas we get a much brighter red, especially here in the torso, and then the head sculpt. The shoulders look to be about the same, though. And then the arms look the same. The hands are going to be the same. So it's really just that torso is where we get the big difference between the two. And now the tricky thing is I think Far From Home and No Way Home, like the suit was the same, but I think in the movies they did make a little bit of a change, because even Marvel Legends had gone through this, where they redid the torso for the No Way Home version, because this one is probably, and I'd have to go back, and I never bothered to look and pay that close of attention, but in Far From Home, the torso I think was more rounded, and then in No Way Home the torso came more to a point in the front, as you could see there. So even Marvel Legends by Hasbro, they fixed it, and then here on Mafex they went through and changed it as well. So Far From Home to No Way Home, big upgrade, big change. Definitely the way to go. Makes me so much happier with this figure compared to that one there. But you guys let me know your thoughts on the comments below. Was I kind of crazy before to give it so much hate? It wasn't like super hateful, but I noticed it and it bothered me. Other people didn't quite see it. But when you have these two side by side, hopefully you could see it and be like, oh, you know what? I think you were right. Like, they could have done better. They have done better. And here it is. Okay, so short and sweet review. Really, I just wanted to kind of do a comparison to show you guys between the Far From Home version and the No Way Home version. So far superior, yes, of course, because it has more accessories, more heads, the Tom Holland, Peter Parker head sculpt. But more importantly, my opinion, they just fixed the proportions of the torso, which really made that first one just look so odd to me. Hopefully you guys could see the difference that it makes, and see that this one's definitely a better proportioned figure, a better looking figure all the way around. I'm super pleased with this. I just wish this was kind of the version that really came from the Far From Home version, but again, Marvel did make adjustments to the suit a bit. I think unless it was concept art that got changed. But anyway, I'm really happy with this. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this? Is this one that you want to pick up? The Marvel Legends upgraded suit just went up for pre-order. Again, it's the A-list, so it's a reissue of the Walmart exclusive version minus the Tom Holland, Peter Parker head sculpt. It's one of those where if you missed out before, you got a chance to get it. It's not mainline. You don't need to collect it. A lot of people are mad about them, like, oh, this and that. Why did they re-release? They can release other figures. Again, new collectors, ones that just are always going to be in store in case you need to get a Spider-Man figure. It's there. That's what those are designed for. But if you want to go a little bit more and get a more premium figure and import, this Mafex version is definitely the way to go. I believe the Tobey Maguire and the integrated suit Mafex Spider-Mans are expected in December. I don't know if they're going to stay true to that release or not. I hope they do. I wish they will, because I'm really, really excited about those and really looking forward to them. But you guys let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on the Mafex Spider-Man figure. I'm very happy with this. It's an awesome figure, definitely worth the pickup. You guys give me your thoughts down in the comments below. Again, it is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the video description below for you guys. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.